Me and two of my friends decided to take a trip to Japan for 3 weeks. If you guys haven't seen week 1 and 2, I highly suggest you guys watch that first. But for our last week in Japan, here's how it went. Day 13, we arrived to Universal Studios Japan, and for me, this was a mid experience. Now hear me out, this has nothing to do with Universal Studios. Universal Studios is a great place to go, and I definitely suggest everyone going to Japan to at least visit once. However, my experience was ruined for 2 reasons. One, I live near Orlando, so I've been to Universal Studios a few times, and Orlando's Universal Studios is double the size of Japan just because they don't have Islands of Adventure. They mixed Islands of Adventure with normal Universal Studios. So we were pretty much able to do everything in around 4 to 5 hours. And 2, the major reason we wanted to go was to go to Mario Land. However, we didn't know that we had to get a separate area timed ticket to go in. And for the day that we went, it was all booked, so we weren't even able to enter that day. But not only that, the food was double the price and definitely not worth it. Some of the rides weren't running, like the Velociraptor. However, we did ride Jaws, so I did say it was pretty much worth it. And even though Universal Studios Japan has basically the same rides as Universal Studios Orlando, I still had a pretty fun time riding them. So overall, the day was pretty good. After Universal Studios, we ate at Shake Shack and we just chilled at the Airbnb. Day 14 was our last day in Osaka, and so we went to Naba Park, which is a park mixed with a giant mall. It was a very pretty looking mall with a ton of artificial grass on the walls and roofs, and even a small tiny park on the top floor of the whole mall. Now let me tell you, this mall was huge and had almost everything there: restaurants, arcades, a bookstore, a subway station, and even a movie theater. Only issue was the mall was for very rich people. A simple striped shirt was almost 100 something USD dollars in most of the stores that we went to. I even tried to buy a bag there, but I saw that it was $600 USD. The guy at the counter just looked at me and went, "So do you want to buy it?" And I said, no, I'll just keep on looking. We obviously didn't buy anything, but it was still pretty fun to just walk around. It started to rain, so we bought umbrellas at the 7-Eleven and we walked around Dotonbori some more, and we decided that we wanted to drink. So we found this local bar that was very hidden and pretty uneasy at first. It was just one bartender just smoking in the corner while a bunch of jazz music was playing in the background. A couple of drinks in, we felt way better, and the atmosphere and the vibe just felt pretty nice. And after drinking for 2 hours and 100% intoxicated, we decided to walk around the district one last time in the rain. It was very, very nice. And I also had to climb into my capsule hotel, and it was very, very difficult, let me tell you that. Day 15, we returned to Tokyo. Honestly, for the last 4 days, we just wanted to just chill, see stuff that we weren't able to see in the first week, and then obviously go shopping. So I don't have a ton of footage for each of the days, but for the first day, we just walked around Shibuya looking for stores to shop at. One good store that we did found was this store that I can't really pronounce, but I'll just put up the logo on screen, where I got this pretty cool Attack on Titan shirt, and we got Daniel some drip at the end of the day too, so I think it was a successful shopping day in Shibuya. Day 16, we wanted to go thrifting, so we decided to go to a thrift district called Shimokitsusawa. Now, the vibe of the district was pretty cool. It was small, but it was just a pretty nice place to walk around. Only problem we had though was finding cheap stuff to get, because almost 90% of the stores we walked into were super overpriced for at least thrifting. We saw some plain t-shirts with like a logo for like 7,000 yen, which is like around 51 USD dollars. We even saw like some old hoodies and jerseys for double the price you can get at like a local Goodwill. It was fine though. We did find some nice clothes, like the shirt that I got for $30. And we found a store that sold jeans for 800 yen each, which is 6 USD. So I got 2 pairs for the price of 12 bucks, which is 100% a steal. But after shopping, we went and got some sundaes, waited for Golden Guy to open up in Shinjuku, where this time we actually got a little bit of footage from Deathmatch in Hell, but that's not saying much. Also, we missed the last train and we didn't want to walk 2 hours to our Airbnb, so we got an Uber, which was pretty interesting. I never thought we would get an Uber in Japan. Day 17, we go to Shinjuku Shinjuku again, but in the daytime. We went to this like entertainment tower called the Kabuchigo Tower, which it's again a giant entertainment tower with an arcade, a movie theater, restaurants, and the main reason I wanted to go there, a real life Sword Art Online experience called Tokyo Matrix. To be honest, it was not worth it. Now, I am a fan of Sword Art Online. Now, at first it was cool to walk around this big maze dungeon, but we spent like 20 bucks and 30 minutes just to do 10 minutes of this experience. And I won't put the blame on Tokyo Matrix here because on our second quest, it was literally to do puzzle solving, and every time we'll get it wrong, we'll lose time to solve it. Like, what kind of, like, how am I supposed to solve? But yeah, and if you've seen some of my gaming stuff, you know I am not a puzzle solver. But anyways, after the tower, we walked around Shinjuku more. Some random dude just tried to sell us a car, and we encountered a live sex show. No kidding. I really wish I could show you guys the sign, but it's just a really tiny doorway and a naked woman on the sign. So after that very uncomfortable situation, we decided to meet up with a friend of Daniel's at the Sensoji Temple. She took us to a restaurant, and then later that night, we all went drinking in Shibuya. Now, honestly, shout out to her, shout out to Shiori. She was so kind, and it felt really great to finally have a translator who knows perfect Japanese and English. Day 18, we head off to Akihabara, where we do our last minute shopping for friends and family, but obviously we gotta spoil ourselves a bit too. So the first place we went to was Books Off, a bookstore where you could get manga for the price of 200 to 400 yen, which is basically $2 or $3 USD. It was pretty hard to pick out some of the books there because I didn't want to get a series I already owned, and I didn't want to get something that would later on get in English. But if you guys want to know what I got, you guys can wait at the end of June for the manga haul. But anyways, we continued around shopping around for anime figures, keychains, plushies, and we even went to a huge tower with over 8 floors just selling cool stuff from figures and statues. We also went to this place called Tamishi Nations, where it was a mix of a figure museum and a store, and I bought myself an Eva action figure, which I think it's worth it for the 50 bucks that I spent on it. Day 19 is our last full day in Japan. We head to another closed district called Harajuku. This district was pretty cool, but there were a lot of scammers just trying to get us into their fake shops and sell us their fake designers. But other than that, it was a pretty nice place to walk around. We found these dripped out cat shirts, and we also found this really cool store that was selling some nice affordable clothes. I bought these cargo pants and shirt that were under $70, so I'd say that was pretty good. But after that, we leave to get some curry in Shibuya, and we meet up with some friends from back home, which is, by the way, their first day in Japan. We had dinner with them, and we walked around Shibuya Crossing for the very last time. Day 20, we get breakfast with Emiliano and Chris, and we head to the airport back to Miami. Oh wow. It's been a while since I sat down here. Feels pretty nice, feels pretty good, you know. Chair's still here, headphones are still here, the mic is still here. The camera is back in its place. It's not in my hand doing some shaky shit. Pretty nice. I had such a fun time in Japan, but I'm not gonna lie, I did feel pretty excited coming back, making content for all of you guys, making content about anime and manga. I missed so much. After this video, I will be going back to uploading Wednesdays and Fridays, and Wednesday will probably be a catch-up video. Thank you guys for watching. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the 3-week vlogs, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.